is there too big of an ego for Odell Beckham Jr.? Now, granted, we all have an ego. It's how we control it is, how we're viewed. And Odell Beckham, it's hard not to have an ego when you're Odell Beckham. I mean, you have the big catch. You have the one-handed catches, everything and it being really good. I mean, he's not just made, famous because of the catches. He's actually a pretty good receiver, in case you didn't know. But him slamming his helmet against the kicking net, which, God, that was kind of funny. But I feel bad because you're already frustrated with how the game's going, and you're going against Josh Norman. He's probably talking crap. I mean, one of the first drives, Josh Norman picks up Odell Beckham and carries him a few yards. Or not a few yards, but like a yard or two, right? And you're already frustrated. And then you hit the kicking net and it comes back, and that must have hurt too. But anyways, new head coach Ben McAdoo says he wants his star wide receiver to, quote, become less of a distraction so the team's efforts and energy can be singularly concentrated on winning football games. Now, McAdoo twice had conversations with Beckham on the sidelines during Sunday's 29-27 loss to the Washington Redskins at MetLife Stadium. Now, Beckham was matched again. We talked about Josh Norman the whole game, majority of the whole game, and it's been the first meeting since their confrontation. McAdoo said on Monday on a conference call with reporters, quote, excuse me, Beckham needs to control his emotions better and become less of a distraction to himself and his teammates. It's our job to help him with that process and maturing, end quote. Now, Beckham has at least 5 known fines in less than 3 seasons and a suspension for his actions last year against Norman. McAdoo believes it's on him. It's on him, McAdoo, his coaches and Beckham's teammates to help focus these emotions in the proper direction. Now, he still had a great game. 7 catches on 11 targets, 121 yards. Pretty good. And he compared his emotions and how everything was going in that game to Russell Westbrook of the NBA of the Oklahoma City Thunder, saying, have you ever watched Russell Westbrook, play basketball? He plays with a lot of emotion or passion, whatever you want to call it. It's what's the best for some players, and it's what's not best for some players. You use it and just be smart. Play smart. It's football at the end of the day, end quote. But it's still become a distraction on how he's on the sidelines. Now, people are going to say, well, what about Des Bryant? He's always yelling, and people use that as negativity when he's actually, just pumping up his players, getting them hype. But McAdoo and quarterback Eli Manning each spent part of this past Sunday tending to Beckham on the sideline, trying to calm him down, trying to get him right. And that time could be utilized to looking at this thing right here, if I can pick it up. This thing, right? Looking at what's going on in the previous plays. They weren't able to do that. I'm not blaming Odell Beckham for the loss here. He did his job. 7 catches, 121 yards. There's not a lot of receivers that could do that right now. He did his job, but it is still a distraction. This is what he had to say at the end of the game.
Odell, were you in tears at one point in that game on the sideline?
I don't remember.
How'd you get the scratch in your face?
I don't remember.
Odell, when the first touchdown, Norman caught you like in the air. It looked like you faked like you were getting the ball, and then he carried you about 5 or 6 steps. Were you surprised the referee did not call a flag on that?
I don't remember that.
When you say you don't remember, it's just because there's so much adrenaline going on that if so much happens, it's hard to even...
Yeah, I don't remember. We ran a play, and I went to block, and I guess I blocked too early. I was surprised they didn't throw me out the game then. I wouldn't have been surprised, actually.